go do now?
Can't blue frog, because we are going to go look for the spy that went missing.
Yes, okay.
So that was fun.
Yeah.
And they learned how to make dramatic hand gestures and summon a bunny.
Potentially with the power of the heavens.
Yes.
Maybe the Moogle legend, there's more to it than you expected.
Thanks for coming, Scion. I've spoken to soldiers here. They say, walk through the camp, not a bell ago. Aye, she walked right through. Did not mishear. We have Raban's decision to keep this matter a secret. Thank for that. Bad for morale, he said. Result, not a single flame in the garrison has made any attempt to detain her. And so here we are. One must not be allowed to reach Castrum Iridium. Isn't that place like a smoking crater now, though?
The processing plant?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know your map very well.
Well, that's where we fought Ultima.
So, probably is.
Okay, time for a duty.
Oh. Hi. Alright. Party time. I have lots of cutscenes.
Wretch was with Rona. He threw himself at us that his mistress might escape. She didn't even blink as we cut him down. Not even when he started screaming. No loyalty even to her own, the goddamn harpy. For me, Scion, we almost have her.
Alright. Whee! Oh, that poor bugger. Well, there she is. That is her, right? That's the one thing.
Oh, yeah. Traitor.
Alright, we're ready for it. And her Imperial allies. Her allies, kill the rest.
Yeet!
Woo!
It's so weird to actually be an attacking class.
I think you said you will not take the allies so easily this time. So we have taken...
I did catch her before. That's the whole thing. We caught her before.
I don't know, there was a part of me that's thinking, I guess, but would you rather have taken again? Have we taken again before?
No, we have not murdered her and had her come back. But we did just eliminate all her allies. Enemy reinforcements, of course. Show them no quarter. What about a dime or a nickel?
I will accept a penny.
Oh, giant hands! I'm gonna go fight those.
Oh, fun.
What? I can't move.
Uh-oh. And she found it?
No, the giant hand.
Oh, the giant hand grabbed him. Oh, God.
More reinforcements. They really aren't paying me enough. Fools, you cannot stand against the Empire. Watch me!
I can shift against the Empire. I can even lay down against the Empire. There are other things I can do here.
Yeah, I saw that. Trying to take out all the ones that I can. There's just so many of them. I think that she's down to like the max health she can go down to, so I'm trying to take out the rest of them.
Stab her, stab that guy, and just come off and be nice.
Oh, really? More of them?
Give her a wait yet.
Oh, it's her. The person we adopted.
Oh, yeah! I was thinking she looked familiar for a moment. I was afraid she was on the side of the trainer.
No. She's ours.
Oh.
Really? They were all attacking him.
Is he dead?
No, we just have to retry the duty.
Oh, come on.
Normal.
Normal, please.
I didn't realize we didn't bring any goddamn healers.
Is it? I understand there's a lot of people talking in this side, but this is the first time I recall seeing little like pictures pop up next to this.
Maybe it's a new feature, or maybe it's only part of like story things. If I don't win this again, I'm just gonna switch over to a tank. Mm-hmm. At least he's not dying this time. Okay, yeah, so I can't kill her, so I just have to keep the others away. Okay, so lure them this way. Mm-hmm.
Keep better.
Okay, he's running out again, so it's gonna...
Okay, did you complete? Did you complete?
Okay, got it that time.
You did, good job.
That was stupid that I lost that gas band.
Whew, okay. Hello.
Bind her and do it tight. Yes, sir.
Okay, alright. She's just gonna be comically wrapped in rope. Oh, no.
Good work, man.
Oh, hey! How's it going, bud?
She and her Imperial cronies pushed us close, but we were better.
The second time, at least.
Uh-huh. Behold, a respected officer of the Immortal Flames. People looked up to you as one of the Order's founding members. One of its pillars, it says, mean you have fallen so low. What would you know, though? You, a spoiled little lordling who has never known any want. People such as you take wealth and birth for granted. You think your God-given right to rule others. You know not of our plight, the injustice that we low-born guardians might endure. To these noble lords and ladies we are not people, but resources to be consumed. I did what I had to survive. Stealing, killing, even whoring myself is no fault of mine. Mine if fools imagine me a paragon when I joined the flames. To hear you tell it, one would think you the only person ever to have suffered.
He's got a point.
In case you have forgotten, Raban himself was born into poverty, as was I. We lived hand to mouth, little more than our shirts on our backs. Hunger was our constant companion. Yet never did we bemoan our lot in life, nor did we begrudge others their fortunes. We accepted the hand we had been dealt, and played it to the best of our ability. Life was a battle, aye, but no matter what fate threw at us, we took it on the chin and came back for more. Everything we have, we fought for. Yeah, that's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
How are we any different then? It is true that we are both mercenaries of lowly birth, and it is true that we have both had our fair share of struggles. But whereas I sold my sword, you, Marshal, you sold your comrades. If I have taught me one thing, is that you never betray your own. I would sooner cut off my own arm than raise hand against a friend.
Fair point.
But enough talk. You will return to Ola to face justice, and the people whom trust you have dragged through the gutter.
Well, alright then. Bye-bye. The little Lalafell just stomping after them.
Yeah.
I do like the way they walk. Oh, it's no longer sick. Okay.
Not as much as a hint of remorse. It is well that the sword business is finally at an end. A friend's betrayal cuts deeper than steel. We must hope that we have chosen our allies more wisely than Ruberhan chose his.
Yeah.
To be fair, there's no way of knowing, especially with how...
I've heard. Truly bothersome business.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh, you little... You're a traitor!
Oh, come on!
It has to
No,
be.
I do not foresee a problem on that front. The main concern is Roban. There is no telling what the brute might do.
He must be talking to the Empire, I think.
Have the Blades watch him in the flames day and night.
He was the one who we were talking to about your Guri, right?
Yeah, that, or at the very least, he's the real person behind it all.
No.
You may leave the Sultana to me. I shall personally attend her grace.
Oh, no. I know.
Mm-hmm.
You leave that adorable little thing alone.
Sever one of the East Aldenard trade routes. That ought to keep Lolorito occupied for a while.
I hate this guy.
Oh my god.
I want to punt him.
Nanamo Ulnamo. For my sake, pray be a good little Sultana to the last.
And if she's not?
I think that either we're going to have to deal with him or Raban is going to murder him. What if he wants to become basically the Sultana?
He probably does, yeah. And probably he would prefer to, like, be the puppeteer.
Yeah.
Something tells me.
Yeah, this is going to be a problem. Often I would ask another favor. Let us clean together.
Alright, call time.
Captain Oberyn and I have a few questions for the Flames Marshal regarding the circumstances of her miraculous escape. We have completed our interrogation. We shall take our findings directly to General Roban, and that shall be the end of it. Work here is done, my friend. My thanks. I have one more task. Return to the Rising Stone and appraise Minfilia of what happened. Beware that the antecedent held Luna in high regard, for better or worse. She will want to know how this tale ends.
I'm so proud of you. You actually used the proper word.
We'll see how long it lasts.
I know, but I'm happy.
I really hope... Okay, I don't imagine that the Sultana is going to be overthrown and replaced with that guy, but it just...
Yeah, but you don't know what's going to happen until you get to that point, right?
Yeah, and I still want to just punt him.
Yeah.
Like, just punt him across the room. Mm-hmm. And then take all his money to, like, pay for, like, all the things the refugees need.
Yeah.
Forget how much of a dick the other guy is. This guy, I'm imagining, probably arranged for her to escape in the first place.
I'm in here. Alrighty.
Welcome back, my friend. I have already received word from Alfino.
Guess I don't need to voice act in this part.
To think that Flame Marshal Huayu was the Garlean agent. I know not what to say. Together with Robon, Eileen lent us much-needed aid at the time of our Order's founding. She was particularly passionate about the need to tackle the primal threat. When we discussed the subject, her eyes fairly shone with determination. Whatever else she may have been, I choose to believe that it was her true self with whom I spoke then. But now is not the time to dwell on such matters. I have an important announcement to make regarding our effort to defeat the Ascians. We shall begin as soon as everyone is assembled.
Hi, everyone.
My thanks for coming, friends. Moonbreeder, the floor is yours.
By now, I'm sure you're all familiar with white auracite, the miraculous material that'll allow us to capture Ascian souls.
Woohoo!
That was an item that we used to restore an aetheryte that had been destroyed so we could get to where Shiva was. We just had to power it up
Back
ourselves.
at Snowcloak, we verified its ability to absorb vast amounts of ether. Alas, it leaves something to be desired in the area of stability. The stone can only store ether for a short while before expelling its contents.
The Asian souls, they're the black-robed people, right?
Yeah.
In addition to auracite's inherent limitations, we must needs be wary of our enemy's strength. Our foe draweth upon an infinite wellspring of power. Even should we succeed in entrapping him, the stone will not long contain his wrath.
Good point.
Meaning that, if we want to kill the swine, we'll have to be quick about it.
'Tis our belief that an Ascian soul may be permanently undone, if smitten by a sufficiently concentrated burst of pure ether.
The only trouble is, we can't say for sure how concentrated the burst needs to be. Without knowing how much ether an Ascian soul is composed of, we're basically guessing.
Aren't they also basically guessing because they don't know how long it takes it to reform? Or where it goes when it does?
Our sole clue lieth in thy struggle with La Habrea.
Yeah.
During that encounter, Heidelin bid you forge what she called a Blade of Light, a weapon which took the form of a luminous stream of energy.
Yes, we know. We attacked him with
Based
the power
on your
of friendship.
description,
It was beautiful.
we believe the blade with which you vanquished your foe was composed of ether. Admittedly, your victory proved ephemeral, as La Habrea was able to use a crystal of darkness to flee into the space that lies between our world and the void. The fact remains, however, that Heidelin placed the means to destroy the Ascians in your hands. Be that as it may, it would be unwise to assume that she will do the same when we next encounter such a foe.
That's a fair point.
Quite so, my lady. We must needs find the means to forge our own blade of ether, one to equal that which Heidelin did benevolently bestow upon her champion.
Is that even possible, though?
I don't know.
Make a whole
That is
I'll figure it out.
Good, but it seems to me that producing such a blade will require a prodigious quantity of ether. Whence will it come, pray tell?
Oh, what if we had two pieces of white auracite? One to trap the Ascian, and the other to store the ether for the blade.
Okay.
Oh, nice try. But it's as I said, the stone won't hold ether for any length of time. We'd still need to collect the stuff there and then, sorry to say.
And therein lies the rub. Finding a way to create the blade whenever and wherever we choose.
It would seem more research is in order.
Alright, everyone agrees? Stoic nod.
I'm
Stoic
going to
nod all right.
while, perform a few more tests on the aura site. And I could do with some help. Urianger, why don't you lend me a hand?
When the two of them first showed up, she ran, hugged him, and lifted him off his feet.
Aww, that's adorable.
Mine apologies, but I am required at the Waking Sands. Lady Minfilia hath given me sole charge of the premises. 'Twould be unseemly to leave them unattended.
Sole charge, you say? So you're basically alone there, then? Well, that settles it. I'll just have to come to you.
How is it that even in these cutscenes, when they say each other's names, it's still hard to understand how they're pronouncing each other's names? It's amazing!
While you were afield, word arrived from the Sharlayan motherland. You will recall that a survey party was dispatched to investigate the incident of the Isle of Val.
Oh yeah.
What they discovered was troubling, to say the least.
That's where the Brotherhood was and was destroyed. Or the island was supposedly
According to the
destroyed.
report, the Isle has been erased from existence. 'Twas as if a hole had been torn in the very fabric of reality.
No, that's not ominous or anything.
Aye. Yet the mystery endeth not with the isle's disappearance. It hath come to light that a number of scholars in various other locales were reported missing at a similar juncture.
Kidnappings?
What's more, they all had something in common with the head of the students of Baldessian. Every last one of them was researching a phenomenon called dimensional compression, or the rejoining as the ancient texts call it. I'll be damned if that's a coincidence.
Oh.
I feel like the Ascians have mentioned that in relation to their god, but I can't remember for sure.
All indications suggest Ascian involvement.
There we go.
But I sense that a force greater still is at work. The entity the dark beings call the one true god.
That wouldn't be related to anything with the, like the void, like the, big void monster that we fought in, like, in the Crystal Tower.
Don't think so. I think this is different things, but we can't be sure.
We must pray that my dear friend Kryl regains consciousness soon. If she bore witness to the Isle of Val's final moments, she may be able to shed some light on this mystery.
Okay, we found her. She's alive, but she's still unconscious. And we're still also dealing with everything going on in Ul'dah.
Yep. Well. Perfect. Good job. Your quest was literally to be there and watch cutscene.
Oh no, what's happening now?
Oh god. Okay. Anything else there?
Following the calamity, the forces of the 14th Imperial Legion entrenched themselves in strategic locations across Eorzea. So swiftly did they accomplish this, it was suspected that they had received help. To think that it came from Huayu, my right hand.
There is more. We have reason to believe that Huayu didn't deal exclusively with the 14th. She also answered to a higher authority in Garlemald. But this higher authority could not have been the Emperor. By consenting to the Media Project, Solus Zos Galvus showed himself to be more concerned about preventing the spread of primal influence than claiming Eorzea for the Empire. He would happily have seen the lot reduced to ash. We believe a number of high-ranking figures within the royal household were against the decision, but that they knew better than to oppose the Emperor openly. Of course, this didn't prevent them from making clandestine provisions, in which Huayu played a part.
Alas, these provisions did not prevent Dalamud from falling, and the ensuing chaos changed the face of the realm forever. Yet Eorzea survived. To all intents and purposes, the Meteor Project had failed, and the Empire was left to rue its lack of a decisive means to eliminate the primals. Until, that is, it stumbled upon the Ultima weapon.
Even before the accursed thing was dug up, it seemed to me the 14th had the might to overwhelm our weakened armies.
Hey, Rose.
They chose to hide behind their walls. Why?
The Black Wolf was wary of making the denizens of Eorzea desperate, lest more primals emerge to bleed the land. The discovery of the Ultima weapon, however, emboldened him to resume his war of conquest in earnest.
That's alright.
You're alright.
But
I
there
mean,
was
hey, you
one in
survived.
Garlemald who believed that Van Belsar's actions were premature. One who stood higher in the Imperial Army's chain of command. He ordered the Legatus to halt his advance, only to find that the Black Wolf had slipped its leash, and that the 14th now acted alone.
Ah, you were finishing the 7.2 story.
Oh, cool.
Hope you enjoyed it, Rose. I'm
In
sure
a
I'll get
bid to
there
bring
eventually.
Van Belsar to heal, he used the agent he had planted in Ul'dah prior to the Calamity to undermine the Legion's efforts.
Okay, so she was undermining him, but for his own purposes on their own.
A man who outranks Van Belsar, yet opposed the late Emperor's decision to annihilate Eorzea. This could only be the former High Legatus of the Garlean army, now known as Emperor Varus Zos Galvus.
That's the new Emperor Varus.
So he was Huayu's true master.
But one of several in actual fact. We've learned that even as Huayu served the Empire's interests, she sold Imperial secrets to a certain faction in Eorzea.
Oh.
What?
Just that, with like she was playing both sides.
Oh, boy.
In so doing, she helped to maintain the status quo, thus prolonging the conflict. Considering who stands to profit from war, it isn't hard to imagine who her other masters were.
Oh.
Merchants, probably.
Seven hells! You mean to say that she was a double agent?
Honestly, it almost seems like it was a triple one at this point.
If you
Yeah.
consider her services to Van Belsar and the new Emperor as separate.
As neatly as these pieces seem to fit, one aspect of the puzzle remains unclear to me. By whose will was the Marshal feeding intelligence to the heretics? And try as I might, I fail to see how aiding their cause would profit either her Imperial or monetarist masters. Could it be that another hand is at work here? If so, Huayu must be made to reveal whose it is.
Oh boy. How are we gonna manage that?
No idea.
Not only have I lost a trusted friend, now I must interrogate her as a stranger.
Yeah, it's not a position I ever
Not a
agree with.
pleasant task, I grant you, but a necessary one. Unless we weed out the ivy, root, stalk, and stem, it will simply grow back.
I know that full well. Those closest to Huayu have already been detained, and I will question them alongside her.
I mean, the ones that we didn't kill.
General, pray keep in mind that there may be unwitting abettors among them.
Aww.
All will be treated fairly. On that you have my word. Those who are innocent have no cause to fear.
Oh boy.
I hate this city.
You have ever
Yeah.
been a friend of truth, General. I hope the unpleasant task of weeding out falsehood will not detain you too long. Though it be for the sake of Eorzea, doubting one's comrades is poison to the soul. And with that, I take my leave.
I like the people who are in charge of it. I mean, like the Sultana and him, like, you know, and him.
Sultana and him, but the rest of the syndicate need to be suplexed.
I'll settle for punted. I would love to watch you put the.
All these years, I've been made to dance to their tune. How could you, Huayu? How could you side with them?
Oh boy.
Those cankers who take from this land and give naught in return, who use their power to disempower and grow fat while the people starve.
Oh, he's talking about the rest of the syndicate.
Maybe he'll suplex them
I know
for
you
us.
can hear me, monitor and scum. Your crimes will not go unpunished.
Flip the table. Flip the table.
Team, purge this land of your sickness before the eyes of the 12. I swear it.
Okay, that move table was too big for him to flip. But I wanted him to flip something.
Yeah.
Like
And honestly, the Monorists are like one of the main enemies of the Paladin storyline.
Oh, look at the little stuffed Moogle and the little baby Chocobo. Hi.
I shall
Hi,
have room for the
sweetie.
need of you this day,
Uh-oh.
Your Grace.
Oh, God. I'm worried.
I am too.
That one asshole is supposedly watching her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid that he's going to attack her.
I fear that not even my name chambers shall remain private for long.
Oh, that would be so cute.
Yes, it would.
Has the situation grown so grim?
Canacina.
Do you know that person?
Oh!
It's the Winter Lady. Hi.
Ever since he proposed the Cardinal Reclamation Bill, Taleji Adeleji has risen to greater prominence upon the backs of impoverished refugees.
Rude.
The monetarists were ever united in their pursuit of profit, but the man's actions have torn a rift in their ranks. They snap at each other as rabid dogs.
Oh, they're fighting with each other, too.
Does she recognize that, the other guy who was supposedly seemed to be helpful, is now, like, having problems? Because I thought she name dropped the slimy person that we were,
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
Yet now is not the time to be bickering among ourselves.
Hey!
This bickering is a threat to law and order. Might you not have grounds to dissolve the syndicate?
I wish.
Hi, Madam Lovely.
Would that the solution was so simple, Admiral. Alas, my moving to dissolve the syndicate is certain to spark outrage among the influential merchant class, whom the Cabal represents.
Yeah.
This would serve to exacerbate the current unrest, and peace would slip still further away.
I don't envy her position either, the poor thing.
Yeah, well, that's why she was brought to tears.
Natives or refugees, all who reside in Ul'dah have a right to pursue happiness. It is the duty of a ruler to protect this right. If I am to perform my duty, I must needs tread warily. It would not do to make enemies heedlessly.
Careful dance, my dear.
Were Lord Lolorito here, he would doubtless say that I have my head in the clouds.
A ruler is required to take a wide view. Try as we might to cater to all needs, some will inevitably be overlooked. As such, there shall ever be citizens who feel aggrieved. It cannot be helped. But as you have informed us, the monetarists take no view but their own. They hunger for power while the masses starve. In the absence of a common cause, it seems beyond any one individual to make Ul'dah whole.
I still think I should just come in and take all their money by force.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you guys, I defeated Ultima. Pay up.
Yeah, exactly.
And the presence of a Garlean agent within the immortal flames only makes matters worse. Even accounting for Uldah's historic reliance upon mercenaries, such a grievous breach of security is unprecedented. I fear this business will provide the monetarists with a rod to beat Rauban.
Yeah. No one's having a good time.
Eorzea can ill afford for the immortal flames to be dampened now. Ere long, the Garleans will turn their ravenous gaze toward our lands once more. If we are to resist their might, our nations must stand together.
Well, you're all having dessert
Yet
here.
for this to happen, our nations must be whole. Cannot be done to improve the situation in Ul'dah.
Maybe, but if I used all that money to, like, solve the refugee crisis, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would approve.
I feel like, come on, we've gotten so much clout. I feel like we have to be able to use it for something. I don't know what, but yeah.
Yeah.
Aww.
The true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her citizens. Alas, the citizens shall never know these things, so long as their lives are ruled by the ambitions of the few.
I really like her.
The monetarists claim to represent the best interests of the people, but in sooth they desire only to manipulate them for their own selfish ends. For the government to serve the people, it must be formed of the people.
Okay.
For Ul'dah to move forward, it is not only the Syndicate that must be dissolved.
She's gonna dissolve her own position.
Oh, she realizes.
Nay, you jest.
Aww.
Little smile.
Friends, it was for no other reason than to make known to you mine intent that I requested your presence here.
Oh, this is gonna cause so many problems.
I know.
When I
But
make
it's-
my declaration to the people, chaos shall inevitably ensue.
But at the same time, it's one of those things where it's like it's such an unpredictable move that it would throw off any plans them, including Mr. Asshole, might have. Assuming that, of course, he's not planning on this, but
What I'm worried about is that they'll be able to recover faster than whatever her plans are. Will. Plus, I know it could be very chaotic, but it's like, is it going to be chaotic solely on, like, I don't know, it seems so risky. And
I know.
But you know what? Kudos to her to even thinking of it.
Mm-hmm.
As the last monarch in the line of Ul, I make unto you this request. Help Roban to preserve order and protect the people. Forsake them, and you forsake yourselves. For a strong Eorzea will ever have need of a strong Ul'dah.
Your Grace, are you certain of this?
I think so.
There is no other way.
It's funny, she's not actually saying it out loud.
Yeah,
It's meant
but
to,
at the same time, I think she's also right. There might not be any other way at this point, especially with Mr. Asshole getting so popular with his idea of, like, turning the battleground area into settlements and then using that to steal Omega.
Can we also just
When
say,
the time
in a
is
story
right, the nation shall become
that
a
is
true
full
republic.
of people
Both
trying to grab
royalists
and grab
and
and grab more
monetarists shall
power.
cease to be.
Props to this person who, I don't know how old she is, she seems very young, even as a Lalafell. Props to this person who has been, probably born into this role for recognizing that people need more than what she can give, and basically resolving to dissolve all of her birthright and all of the power and privilege that come into it.
And at the effect of also burning down the power of the motorists as well.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, this is like in a chess game, queen takes queen.
Yeah, and it was props to her for doing this. This is going to be so drastic, like a lifestyle change for her. She's going to be in a position where she can't do as much as she wants to. Granted, she feels like she can't do much now. But this is going to be really drastic for her.
Yeah, assuming she isn't voted in as, like, the new leader of the Republic.
True.
Because it will say a lot to a lot of people that she's willing to give up all her power. And usually the best people to be in power are those that do not want it.
And that does make me worry, though, if, assuming, of course, that, the asshole guy is not able to spin this around on her and make her look bad.
We'll see.
Ul'dah will no longer belong to kings or queens or merchant princes, but to her people.
And I'll be here to help her out at least.
Yes, please. At the very least. Prevent her from getting so lost in the chaos that she ends up hurt. Because I'm sure she'll still want to do good.
Forgive me for casting aside all that you have toiled for in my name.
But you're not casting it aside lightly. You're making
Beyond
the
this
best choice for
gesture,
people.
I am powerless to help my subjects.
That's actually why she was so upset in the last one, because despite the fact that they knew of his crimes, there wasn't enough evidence and they could do nothing to stop him or to stop the rich people. And she's right. As much as she's a sultana, even if we saw the refugees, she was powerless to help them.
Because she's
bound to the syndicate, which are all rich assholes.
Yeah, she's got that council's decisions. Which are probably meant to be checks and balances, but
it's not working.
No, at least no.
No, and the way that in the whole rebellion thing that the guys stoked up, I dreams of ice.
Oh my god.
That's it. We finished 2.4.
Wait, that's it? Oh, holy crap! Okay. Now what?
Now, if we talk to her, we begin 2.5.
Okay.
Do we want to do that tonight, or do we want to stop?
How long have we been doing for?
2 hours and 6 minutes. It's 9:10.
It's 9:10. Okay. I don't know if you want to start it at least. Maybe not go on for too long, but start it. Or do you think that this is a good place to stop?
I think this is a good place to stop because I have a feeling that once we start the 2.5, we're probably gonna want to
carry on.
Yeah. The question is, do you want me to wait for you to be around to do the next quest, or?
Is that possible?
Well, yeah, I can find other stuff to do.
True.
I have a whole bunch of classes I still need to do.
Yeah, that's fair. Yes, if that works out, I would like to be here for that.
Yep.
Do we want to do anything else while we're here for a little bit to keep going for for some, or do you think this is a good place to say goodnight?
I think this is a good place to say goodnight, and I don't really have much else to do tonight anyway. I've done most of like the class quest and stuff, so...
Fair point.
Yes, it's by accepting the next main story, I will enter 2.5.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Look at your Hildebrand.
Yeah,
Look at your Hildebrand go.
Yeah, so on Saturday, do you want to do this, or do you want to maybe do Undertale, or are you not sure yet?
I'm not sure yet. I am not sure yet. Well, we'll figure it out. I don't know.
Oh, that person just attuned to the crystal. You must be new. Hello, new person.
Aww.
I am a sprout, but you must be more of a sprout than I if you are just attuning to the crystal.
I am a sprout, but I am a big sprout.
Slightly bigger sprout.
Slightly bigger sprout. And I have a Hildebrand. Just you wait till you get to that part.
And this cool armor.
Yeah, and a stabby stick. Yes. And a colorful chocobo. And the ability to summon my mount when I'm running.
I kind of want that Pegasus creature, but we'll see later.
Okay. Well, anyways, thank y'all for joining us.
Hope you had fun. Sorry you didn't get to catch as much as normal, Rose, but it is very late and we are tired.
And we'll, this will be up on the Twitch and YouTube if she wants to catch up.
Yes, I became a ninja today. Actually, let me change to that.
Oh yes, show off your ninja self. Show her the bunny. Show her the bunny. Show her the bunny.
I'm sure she knows, but yes, I can now summon a bunny. Which I'm pretty sure it doesn't do anything, but if it does, just let me know.
You know what? This ain't the right. You'll have to get by me first at that one person as you had a bunny on your head. I have no context for that, but it makes him think like, no.
He's probably defending it in case like someone tries to attack it.
Fair enough. Is bun.
Is bun. I failed summon, now is bun.
I just love all of the things that they could have done. They just give you a little bunny in a little hat.
I'm wondering what other failures might look like.
Oh my god, what if you get like a frog or something? What if you
I summon the power of the heavenly bunny. Fear me.
Do you think this is the one that? Do you think this is the? All right. So if that's what happens when you fail the, summoning the power of the heavens, is you get a bunny? Does that mean that these bunnies are the ones that are hanging out in the heaven now that the Moogles are now down on Earth?
Maybe it could explain why the rope isn't there. Maybe they ate it.
Maybe they ate the rope. They just ate them or just gnawed on the rope. Or maybe they're just hanging out with it. Maybe they dangle carrot. If you ever come across a dangling carrot on a stick, be careful. Be careful. You may be being hunted by magical bunnies in heaven. Dear bunnies in heaven.
Alright, and with that nonsense complete, we are going to say goodnight, Internet.
Good night, Internet. We're basically starting and ending on goofy moments here.
Yes.
Alright, good night, Internet.
Good night, Internet.